Good morning. This is Taja with Bolin Models and Cam Hustlers. What I'm going to do today is going to talk about Instagram tips and how to grow your account organically. What that basically means is that you start and build on your followers and your engagement by targeting your core audience, basically. It's real time engagement with hashtag research, and it doesn't involve buying followers or paying for bots, which is also known as Instagram automation. So you have to study, and it can be a little complicated, but I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks on what you can do to get yourself off to a great start. And of course, I do provide this service with Cam Hustlers and Bolin Models. So if you're interested, you can follow on Twitter or send an email, and I'll give you that information at the end of this video. So again, yeah, this doesn't happen overnight, but it's something that you can basically do for yourself. And that's what I really like to do. I can take over your account and do it for you, but I also like helping people so I can get you started, and then eventually you can master Instagram and take it in whatever direction you want. So first I want to talk about hashtags. Hashtag research. That is something I provide, something I do for people. I look at your accounts and I decide what would be the best, step for you. I work with people who are also in our industry, the cam model industry, which is a niche all by itself. But yeah, I work with other people and artists and musicians and so forth. So it's really exciting. I'm very passionate about it, and just want to give you a few ideas on what you can do with Instagram. So you can use up to 30 hashtags per post, but you don't always want to do that. I have found personally from my own accounts that I run several different accounts personally for myself, and then I have a few clients, that the sweet spot, depending on the niche, of course, is between 9 to 15. Now, you don't want to use the same ones over and over again. You want to switch it up, because Instagram, very much like Facebook, its parent company, and Google, they have APIs. They have artificial intelligence. They have APIs based on that are getting extremely intelligent, and they're able to detect what type of content and how relevant your content is when you put it on the platform. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in a few minutes. There's a Google product that you can use to help you. It's one of the tools that I use that can help you determine what sort of hashtags when you want to do your research and so forth. So yeah, you can use 30, but 9 to 15 is where I seem to do the best. You're going to do a combination of really popular hashtags and then less popular, but that also is based on your niche. So if you're doing, like, bubble wraps, or what is it, those body teas, I don't even know what they're talking about, but a lot of girls do that for their fitness channels and stuff. Sometimes you don't want to use some of those hashtags because obviously that's not your niche. It's very popular. You might want to grab a few of those, like say for like 500,000 and above. But sometimes you can get the most likes if you choose a hashtag that's on something like camming or findom or roping, like hentai, whatever you're into. You might find that you'll get more likes if you use a hashtag that's like 90,000, 50,000 or less. It's not always about the numbers, it's about engagement. So you don't always have to have a 10,000 followers to get a return on your Instagram either. It's about engagement, how to get in there, use the platform, create awesome content that people will actually enjoy, that will make them come back. And you want to get in there and you want to like seem like a real person instead of using bots that are going to imitate engagement. So this is just something I like to tell people, because you can use the bots and stuff, but you have to use it in moderation, and a lot of people do not, and a lot of people don't understand how it's done, and then they run the risk of losing their account. So what exactly is Instagram automation? It's a rogue marketing tactic. It's meant to catch the attention of other Instagram users. That would be you, me, and everyone else. And it hopes that you'll like, oh, someone liked my post. Someone made a comment on my post, even when they're random comments. And you may not realize that it's a bot, that it's a program by some marketer who is probably holding these accounts on some type of server. and it just basically makes it look fake. It's almost like buying fake followers because they're pretty much fake, but you can use them to your advantage. So this is just a little example to show you what kind of things happen when you have bots. I used to delete them when I got them, but like you see this one here, this guy just puts this random comment about Spotify playlist. I'm like, really? What does that have to do with me talking about receiving payouts? But this is a fail. That's what happens when people don't use the bots correctly. So basically, you probably just want to use it for liking, but you're not going to want to use it for comments. If you do go to automation route, you just want to do likes, no comments, because I mean, what if you're commenting on something like this is awesome and it's a post about a funeral or some shit? You don't want to do that. So here's a Google tool that can help you understand Instagram API. It is like reverse image on steroids because it is super smart. It's almost scary smart how good this thing is. Like it can determine things like watermarks. It can read the logos on a picture. So the reason why I'm using this Google product is because it's something I like to use for Instagram when I'm doing my research. And it helped me determine a few things because I thought for a while there that I was getting, reported by people. Sometimes if you think that your post are disappearing, you're like, well, what's going on? Why is that disappearing? Did someone report me? No, it's not really that. I suspect, and I'm going to use Google as an example because we don't have this type of research. We don't have these type of products for Instagram. They don't provide it. But I've been told that there's something very similar going on. So check this picture out. You see that right there, pussybodypound.com? This program can detect that logo and that watermark, and it doesn't help either also because I am basically being tagged as being an adult sex worker because look at the name of the picture. It's the API is picking that up. It's saying if I'm Joy, what kind of girl I am, hair, muscle, my mouth, that's what they're calling my boobs, my muscle. Stuff like that. And then also check that out, Cam Girl. It was able to determine just by uplifting this picture that doesn't say anything about being a cam girl on there, but it went through the entire database and it's like, oh, Pussy by the Pound, BBW. She's has similar things on the internet. Call girl as well, but it has similar information where maybe this picture's been used before, or they basically made an assessment that this is a cam girl. So I think Instagram is doing something very similar, but you can actually use this tool to your advantage, not just to see if your picture is going to get flagged or if it's going to get deleted. It will help you determine what relevant key hashtags that you can use on Instagram, and that's really what it's all about. They don't want sex workers exactly on there, and we can do it. We can do it, but you just have to keep your clothes on and you have to be a little smart about it. So like racy, very likely that might be a hashtag, something that you can use on Instagram if it's not one of the banned words. A lot of the banned words that we might typically use are banned, but that's why you have to think outside the box. You have to try to do things like not just put Skype sex, Skype me, or cam model. Sometimes you have to use things like internet model. You have to use naked model, naked nude model. Actually, nude is not. It's one of the banned words, but they're just like different plays that you can do on it. And the way you can find out is you can use this here. Put your picture in. Long hair, mouth, chest, muscle, and then start using the search bar on Instagram, and it will tell you similar words to pop up, and then you can determine based on how many people are using it if you should use it or not. So yeah, it's kind of like flagging me. That's another picture right there. That picture didn't even have a name, but it was still able to like pair me with sex workers. Skype, independent business. I have used this online. I've used this on the Bolin models as a biopic. So it grabbed all the data from the metadata from the picture and it was able to determine that. So imagine if I put this picture on Instagram and then one of the algorithm comes around and it filters it out. Um, it's interesting. So I'm going to show you another picture that's not camming related at all. This one I think I may have used for like a biopic somewhere, but yeah, this is just a little tiny little avatar. It's been used on the internet a lot. It's like a picture of some type of painting. But yeah, they're able to put it in there, fictional character. Let's say if I wanted to put that on Instagram, I might be able to use oil painting, fictional character, figurative art, canvas, paint. That will help you narrow down who your core audience is, and it'll, excuse me, it can help you pick out your hashtags by using um, Google Cloud Platform. This is called the Vision Cloud API, this particular tool, because the Google Cloud Platform, and it's free, by the way, it's free for up to like the first 1,000 images that you search through for the first for 30 days. So it's really interesting. People think that Google never tells us what's going on. No one ever tells us what's going on. You do. You just have to kind of research and figure out how the technology works, because the tools are right there. It just, it takes time. But of course, if you don't have the time and you don't have the energy and you just don't want to figure it out, you can always hit me up at Chem Hustlers or Bolin Models. Follow us on the Twitter accounts, and so forth. So yeah, here's a picture, another one I went in, decided to go in. This one right here was from a cake sitting video, a picture that I use a lot on Twitter. But you see how many different pictures it had, like Black Forest cake and mascarpone and stuff like that. So if you had pictures, and it went straight to the picture where it was used on clips for sale. So yeah, it was able to detect it. And if I put that on Instagram, again, that's another way how Instagram knows that it's an adult um, account. Another little thing that I've noticed too is, like, if you have a video, just a little quick tip before I leave this tutorial, is that if you have a video, make sure that the very first picture in your video is not a boob picture, because automatically it may get deleted. I've been getting some hints from other adult marketers that they're noticing that, and videos do much better than pictures. So yeah, this is the end of that tutorial. I'm going to link to a couple of articles in the bio. But yeah, this is Taj with Bolin Models and Cam Hustlers. Please like and subscribe, and talk to you later. Bye.